The Collective Rise: How Black Women Entrepreneurs Are Reshaping Business Ecosystems. Thank you all for being here today. I'm truly honored to stand before you to share some remarkable insights I gained from interviewing Shakeena P., a visionary researcher and advocate whose work is transforming how we understand entrepreneurship in America. Shakina isn't just documenting business trends, she's igniting a revolution in how we perceive success, community, and innovation. Her research has opened doors for countless entrepreneurs who previously stood in shadows, and her methodologies are being adopted by major universities and think tanks nationwide. In a world of academics who theorize from a distance, Shakina immerses herself in the community she studies, building trust and uncovering truths that traditional research methods often miss. When I first spoke with Shakina, I expected our conversation to follow familiar paths about barriers and challenges. Instead, she immediately redirected my attention to something far more compelling: a story of collective momentum and transformative growth that rarely makes headlines. The narrative we keep hearing is incomplete, Shakina told me, leaning forward with the intensity in her eyes. It focuses on what's broken rather than what's being built. This insight stopped me in my tracks, and it should stop you too. We've all heard the statistics about the difficulties Black women face in entrepreneurship: limited access to funding, systemic barriers, and institutional biases. These challenges are real and significant, but they're not the whole story, not even close. The real story, the one Shakina has meticulously documented through hundreds of interviews and thousands of data points, is about remarkable resilience and collective momentum. Black women aren't just overcoming obstacles, they're actively reshaping entire business ecosystems. Consider this stunning fact Shakina shared. From 2019 to 2023, Black women owned businesses saw their average revenues increase by an impressive 32.7%. This growth outpaced many other demographics and is driving systemic change that benefits future generations of entrepreneurs. But here's what makes this truly revolutionary: this acceleration isn't just about individual success, it's about building sustainable networks, mentorship pipelines, and market opportunities for others. This represents a fundamental shift in how we should think about entrepreneurial success. The traditional American narrative celebrates the lone genius and the individual who breaks through against all odds. It's a compelling story, it's also incomplete. What Shakina's research reveals is that the most sustainable and transformative business growth happens through collective effort, through building infrastructure that lifts entire communities. Let me share three key insights from our conversation that challenge conventional thinking about entrepreneurship. First, the growth of Black women owned businesses is not only rapid but transformative. These entrepreneurs aren't just building companies, they're building infrastructures. They're creating mentorship networks and capital access programs that make it easier for the next generation to thrive. They're designing business models that prioritize community wealth alongside individual profit. Second, despite persistent disparities in funding approval rates, women receive only 45% of requested loan amounts versus 55% for men. Collective efforts have led to significant gains in both revenue growth and firm creation among Black female entrepreneurs. They're not waiting for systems to change, they're creating alternative pathways to capital through innovative partnerships, community investment funds, and cooperative financing models. And third, visibility matters profoundly. As more success stories emerge, they inspire a new wave of leaders who see themselves reflected at every stage, from startup launches to industry leadership. This representation fosters innovation across sectors like technology, wellness, education, and social impact. It creates what Shakeena calls possibility models that expand what young entrepreneurs believe they can achieve. Now, let me bring these insights to life through three remarkable stories Shakeena shared with me. The first is Savitri Wilson, founder of Resilia, a technology company providing solutions specifically designed for nonprofits. Wilson faced significant skepticism from investors due to her identity as a young Black woman founder operating outside traditional tech hubs. I walked into rooms where no one looked like me, Wilson told Shakeena. They couldn't understand why someone from New Orleans would build technology for nonprofits. They couldn't see the vision because they couldn't see me. Rather than accepting these limitations, Wilson leveraged local support systems while aggressively networking nationally through accelerators focused on underrepresented founders. She refused to dilute her vision or relocate to a more credible city. Instead, she doubled down on what made her perspective unique. The result? Resilia raised over $35 million in venture capital, the largest Series B round ever closed by a solo female founded tech company at its time. Today, Resilia supports thousands of organizations nationwide. But what's truly significant about Wilson's journey isn't just her personal success, it's how she demonstrated that ecosystem building around overlooked communities can drive both social impact and economic returns. Wilson's prior experience running her own consulting firm gave her unique insights into nonprofit pain points. She built Resilia with these needs front and center, securing major partnerships with national foundations, rapidly expanding her team, and earning industry recognition as a model for inclusive entrepreneurship. Success isn't just about what I build, Wilson shared. It's about who can build after me because of the doors I've opened. The second story features Morgan DeBon, founder of Blavity Inc., now one of the largest media companies targeting multicultural millennials. DeBon struggled with fundraising due to a lack of representation among investors who understood her vision's cultural significance. Her solution? She bootstrapped early operations using digital platforms before attracting mission aligned angel investors interested in diverse storytelling voices. Today, Blavity reaches millions monthly across multiple verticals, including Afro tech, while providing career launching opportunities for emerging creators. DeBon's backstory is particularly telling. Frustrated by mainstream media's narrow narratives about people like herself, she left Silicon Valley jobs determined to build what we didn't see. She has since raised over $12 million, expanded into events and conferences supporting diverse talent pipelines, and been recognized as an influential voice shaping culture both online and offline. What Devon proved is that scalable businesses can be built around authentic representation. And her success has inspired countless young professionals nationwide. But more importantly, she's created platforms where thousands of other Black creators can share their stories and build their own audiences. I'm not just building a company, DeBon explained to Shakeena. I'm building infrastructure for a generation of voices that deserve to be heard. The third story Shakeena shared with me is perhaps the most powerful. B. Dixon created the Honeypot Company After struggling personally with health issues underserved by mainstream products marketed toward white consumers, Dixon faced racialized backlash online after securing national retail deals. She also encountered difficulty accessing early stage investment capital compared with non minority peers. But rather than compromising her vision, Dixon built brand loyalty via grassroots marketing targeting overlooked communities. She leveraged positive press coverage when major retailers picked up her products despite controversy or bias driven pushback. The results speak volumes. The Honey Pot Company became the first plant based feminine care line sold nationally at Target. The company expanded distribution rapidly following viral moments and secured additional venture capital backing once proof of concept was undeniable. Dixon's background as a pharmacy technician helped inform product formulation tailored specifically toward unmet needs within marginalized populations. She maintained authenticity even under pressure, turning adversity into advocacy. Today, the Honey Pot Company has secured national shelf space at leading retailers, won multiple awards recognizing innovation and inclusion, and achieved significant year over year sales growth despite external headwinds. What Dixon accomplished goes beyond building a successful company. She set new standards regarding diversity and inclusivity within the personal care sector and paved the way for other minority led brands to follow suit without compromising core values or consumer trust. These three stories illuminate something profound about entrepreneurship that Shakeena emphasized throughout our conversation. The most innovative business leaders don't just identify market gaps, they transform entire markets by centering communities that have been historically overlooked. This approach creates competitive advantages while challenging industry norms. It's not just about surviving within existing systems, it's about creating new ones that work better for everyone. Now, you might be wondering why this matters beyond these specific entrepreneurs uh, or industries. The answer lies in how we think about progress itself. For decades, we've operated under the assumption that success in business means assimilating into existing structures, playing by established rules, even when those rules weren't designed with everyone in mind. What Shakina's research reveals is that the most transformative growth happens when entrepreneurs reimagine the rules entirely. This isn't just relevant for Black women entrepreneurs, it's relevant for anyone who cares about innovation, economic growth, and creating more equitable systems. When we expand our definition of what successful entrepreneurship looks like, when we value collective advancement alongside individual achievement, we unlock new possibilities for everyone. We create more resilient economies, more innovative products, and more inclusive workplaces. As Shakina told me, the question isn't whether Black women can succeed in business, they already are. The question is whether the rest of us are paying attention to what they're building and what we can learn from their approach. So I challenge you today, look beyond the conventional narratives about entrepreneurship. Seek out and support businesses that are building collective infrastructure, not just individual success. Invest in founders who see market gaps that others miss because of their unique perspectives and experiences. If you're an investor, examine your portfolio. How many of your investments are led by Black women? If the answer is none or few, you're missing tremendous opportunities for returns and impact. If you're an entrepreneur, ask yourself, am I building something that creates pathways for others? Or am I focused solely on my own advancement? If you're a consumer, look at where you spend your dollars. Are you supporting businesses that are transforming industries through inclusion and innovation? The future of business isn't just about technological disruption, it's about human connection, community advancement, and collective prosperity. Black women entrepreneurs are showing us what this future looks like. The question is, will we have the wisdom to follow their lead? I urge you to leave here today with more than inspiration. Leave with a commitment to action, because the most powerful way to honor the work of visionaries like Shakeena and the entrepreneurs she studies isn't through admiration, it's through participation in the transformation they're creating. Thank you.